Heart murmurs are relatively common, with a prevalence that varies based on age and other factors. Approximately 50% of children experience a murmur at some point, while around 10% of adults will have one. However, the majority of murmurs in children are innocent murmurs, meaning they are not caused by structural heart disease. Let us see the difference between functional murmur or innocent murmur and the pathologic murmur, the common example of functional murmur. Pathologic murmurs are associated with structural heart problems such as valve defects, congenital heart defects, or heart muscle disease. Whereas a non-pathological heart murmurs, also known as an innocent or functional murmur, is a harmless heart sound that doesn't indicate any underlying heart disease. These murmurs are caused by normal blood flow through the heart and its vessels. They are common in children and can also occur during pregnancy. So heart murmurs are classified as pathologic and non-pathologic. Some classify or subclassify non-pathologic murmur as functional and innocent murmur. So functional murmurs are essentially normal heart sounds that might be heard more prominently due to various factors, including a healthy heart's normal blood flow, increased blood flow such as high output cardiac state or high cardiac output state, or even the way the heart is positioned in the chest. They are not indicative of any underlying heart disease or structural abnormalities. They are often described as soft, short, and blowing or vibratory in quality, may vary intensity depending on factors like position, breathing, or exercise. Causes of functional murmur are subclassified into three: high cardiac output, normal blood flow in a healthy heart, and change in blood flow pattern. So the first is high cardiac output. Conditions like fever, anemia, or pregnancy can cause the heart to pump more blood, which can create a louder functional murmur according to the cardiovascular physiology concept. The second mechanism is normal blood flow in healthy heart. The sound of blood moving through the heart's chamber and the valves can sometimes be heard more prominently in certain individuals, especially children due to their thinner chest walls. The third one is change in blood flow pattern. Factors like rapid growth or change in blood vessel size can also cause temporary functional murmur. Functional murmur are soft. The grade is less than 3 out of 6 intensity. Also note that even when structural heart disease is present, intensity does not predict severity. So functional murmurs are less than 3 out of 6. Often position dependent. Murmurs heard while supine and may disappear when upright or sitting. Otherwise healthy individual. No concern about growth, no symptom of heart failure such as dizziness or exertion. In infants, ask if the baby cries during feeding, becomes diaphoretic, or develops a rapid respiratory rate. In older children, this can be elucidated by asking whether or not the child can keep up with peers during play. Functional murmur also occurs during systole or continuously during both systole and diastole. Murmurs occurring only during diastole are usually pathologic, but can also be heard during hyperdynamic state. Physiologic splitting of SC2, aortic and pulmonary components should only be resolvable during inspiration and should merge during expiration. In physiologic murmur or functional murmur, there is no palpable trill, which is a vibration caused by turbulent blood flow. Innocent murmurs are inconsequential and usually disappear as a child grows. ECG and the chest X-ray are normal in the case of innocent murmur. In the adult, hyperdynamic circulation of the blood may also produce a functional murmur, such as in anemia or thyrotoxicosis. So check for hemoglobin and the thyroid function test. As a summary, heart murmur is not a diagnosis. Murmurs are very common and may represent a normal heart or indicate pathologic congenital heart disease. With a systemic approach, physicians may differentiate innocent from pathologic murmur with great sensitivity. All neonates with murmur should be referred to a cardiologist for assessment. All patients with pathologic murmur, those with murmurs and syndromes associated with CHD, and the patients with undifferentiated murmur should be referred to a cardiologist also. Thank you for watching.